Hey!
Yeah, we were debating who should be doing this first, so please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you have an amazing day here. This is Miriam. My name is Alexander, and my purpose is to bring out the strength in others so they can take full control of their life and gain all rights to their existence. And
my name is Miriam Isa Al Ali, and I have a purpose. I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. Everything I do in my life, from the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to sleep at night, is in service of something bigger than who I am. Welcome. It's Tuesdays at noon, Miami time, 8 p.m. Dubai time. We're talking about the Clear and Conquer Live. We come to you guys every single Tuesday with a new topic in which we share with you the why and the what of a certain topic to go ahead and help you conquer that. We are the founders of Clear and Conquer, a beautiful establishment we have here in Miami where we help you guys conquer your existence and get clear on your goals. And today's topic is going to be, it's right on time because we're almost done with the first 6 months of this year, and some people were procrastinating, right?
Yes, they were.
Procrastinating. So we're going to be talking about procrastination today, and I would like Alex to go ahead and give us the definition. If you guys been coming...
Absolutely.
Sorry. I cut your line of communication again.
That's okay. You're good. Go ahead.
So every time you guys come up with a certain topic, there is always a definition of that topic. So now I hand it to you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'll be quiet. It's communication lines. Don't cut communication lines. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's a whole otother topic for another day.
Yeah.
And we actually do have a video on that. So go and watch that on my YouTube channel and also our Instagram page. So here's the thing. Procrastination is something that a lot of people deal with. And my question to you is, do you procrastinate? Are you procrastinating in your life? Or even worse, are you procrastinating on your own dreams? Okay? Because that's even worse in my opinion. If you keep on waiting on your dreams will never come. I promise you. So the definition of procrastination is the action of delaying or postponing something. Okay? The action of delaying or postponing something. So it isn't something that you just think about. You probably thought about it and then it turned into an action, but isn't something that you just kind of, that just happens, right? It is the way you are acting, okay? And is it an action? So it is the way that you are walking around. It is the way that you do things. It is your life. If you procrastinate something that maybe you have developed, something that you have made yourself do, like it's most likely something that has come upon you. You weren't born with it. I promise you that. You just weren't. Okay. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot about procrastination because I realized, and so did Miriam, that most people on this planet procrastinate. And they also wonder at the same time why nothing's happening for them. Okay. So we're going to show you how to overcome procrastination.
That's a beautiful, and again, it's an action. As Alex said, it's an action. You choose to procrastinate.
Yes.
It's a choice. And today we're going to be talking about the why you procrastinate and what you should do about it. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So why do you procrastinate? By the way, it took me a while to pronounce procrastination. I couldn't pronounce this word before, right?
And English is their second language.
The English was... Yeah, so the first thing you should be considering to understand why you are procrastinating is because you think you have time. You think you have time. Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to do it next month. I'm going to do it next quarter. I'm going to do it in the next half of the year. Guys, time. January, gone. February, gone. March, gone. April, gone. May, gone. And July and June, in 3 days, will be gone.
Khalas.
Khalas, done, right? Khalas is an Arabic word that means?
Done.
Done. It's gone, right? So, if you keep on thinking you have time, of course you're going to be procrastinating. How do you know you're going to be living longer? How do you know tomorrow's coming? Every single morning when I wake up, I go to this beautiful balcony we have here. And when I look outside, I'm like, I'm grateful to God for a new day. He gave me time. God gave me time, gave me another day for me to help someone with purpose, with goals, with confidence, with whatever I can help them with, right? God gave me another day to come live on Clear and Conquer, powered by Power Circle, by the way. Our friend Amazing Wi-Fi is in the backstage helping us with this. So we love you and appreciate you, that Wi-Fi, for always showing up for us.
Yes.
So God gifted you time. In fact, Jesse Etzler in GrowthCon 2021 in Miami, he said this in his opening speech at GrowthCon, and he said, until you understand your relationship with time, you will not act with urgency. Oh, I have time, Maryam. Oh my God, I'm gonna wait until I have time. I'm gonna wait until COVID is done. I'm gonna wait until I get the vaccine. I will wait until we understand this global crisis. I will wait until gas prices goes down. When you add until, know that you're procrastinating, because you're gonna be using that as an excuse for you not to go ahead and conquer your goals.
100%. And honestly, I don't have anything to add to that, because that is spot on. Like, time is something that is non-refundable. You never get back. And a lot of you think that you have enough time, but I promise you, anything can happen to where you don't. And you are going to have things that come up where all of a sudden, now you don't have as much time even more. Like something else comes up. There will always be something. So we are going to show you how to create more time. We're going to talk about that. But here's the thing. If you don't do something now, I always like to say, sometimes later becomes never.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, Miriam hit that on the head, and I was thinking of Jesse Itzler too. So that happens a lot. You guys will notice a lot when Miriam and I are talking, we both are pretty much thinking the same thing.
In sync.
In sync.
We are in sync, you know, like not in sync used to be like a boy band I used to watch back in the days.
Okay.
But yeah, you and I are in sync, you know? So we are syncing. It's beautiful when you are in harmony with your twin flame. So it's a blessing to have you, baby, in this show as well.
I feel the same exact way.
Okay.
I'm super blessed.
Me too. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Second point.
So here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Back on track. So the second point is there is no urgency. You don't have any urgency right now. Why are you procrastinating? It's because it's not even urgent to you. Like, you haven't made it something extremely urgent. And I actually want Miriam to touch on this a little bit, but you're not being urgent right now. You're not making it like very high priority, and you're putting your excuses above the urgency of your dreams. Okay. There's always a choice on where you can place things, and maybe fear and criticism and all of these things are consuming you instead. But you need to play some games and put some tricks with yourself to play the game of creating the urgency so you do get the things done. In my accountability group, we always talk about this, and it's why. Always asking yourself why, because if you don't know why you're doing something, you most likely aren't going to do it. Okay? So it's not going to be urgent.
Fact.
Your dreams, if you don't know why you want, maybe it's a materialistic thing, you don't even know why, you're kind of just doing it for someone else, it's not going to be urgent. You're not going to get it. Unless you're so envious of someone, or you're so hateful of someone, or you just despise someone that you want it so bad because of that. But I said why. That is a why. So it's still a powerful why. Maybe not the right one. But you have to have something strong to create that urgency. You have no urgency right now. Okay? Miriam and myself, we're always looking for ways to create urgency in our lives.
Wow.
And we're going to talk more about this here, but here's the thing. Acknowledge that you don't have any urgency right now.
Yes.
Acknowledge that. Actually realize that. Come to that realization, because if you don't even acknowledge it, you won't become conscious of it, and you won't be able to solve the problem. Right. I promise you, a lack of urgency is one of the biggest reasons why you're not reaching your goals, and it's also why you're procrastinating.
100%. So again, how urgent are you? When you wake up in the morning, you'll be like, oh, it's a new morning. Let me look at my phone. Let me go to the kitchen.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and see. Oh, the birds are singing. Where's urgency? You are acting like this toward your physical universe. How do you think your spiritual universe is impacted? Nothing. So urgency. There's no urgency, and you think you have time. That's number 1 and 2. Shall we go to number 3?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Mary.
This is my favorite today. Okay. Yes. I mean, can you remove that?
Mary's been talking about this for a while here today.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've been talking about this topic like for a while.
Because it's so important, though. Here's the thing. Yes.
Yeah. So there is something called necessity level. The reason you are not progressing, the reason you are procrastinating is because your necessity level is low. And because I don't remember everything, I put some points in here. I cannot share everything because of the limited time we have together, but I will share the juice of it. What is a necessity level? Necessity level is the amount of urgency, what you just talked about. Okay, listen to me, focus with me for like the next minute and a half. It is your amount of urgency that is necessary in your environment right now to extrovert. To extrovert as in to look around. Oh my God, it's urgent. It's necessary for me to look for choices, to look for possibilities. That you need to get into motion, to get into action. If you don't have that amount of urgency, I need to do something. Oh my goodness, my life depends on this. Oh my God, I have to do something about it. If it doesn't shake you, you will not be urgent. And when you're not urgent, you're not going to be in motion, as in you're not going to be in action. And many of us, we think we have to, oh my God, we're going to do this later. Oh yeah, oh, it's fine. When someone says, oh my God, I cannot really do something, it's because their necessity level is low. When they think they have time, their necessity level is low. When there is no urgency, their necessity level is low. Nothing is urgent in their life. Things goes and comes back in random motion, and they're not even in control of their lives. And when you're not in control of your life, guess what? You procrastinate. When you're not in control of your life, you procrastinate. And it is very dangerous because you're going to notice that all what you do when you procrastinate is that you are adding time, you're adding time, you're adding time. And when you do that, you waste time. You literally waste your time. So think about it. There's a different also, like another definition for the level of necessity. A level of necessity, when it's high, it's like it's a sudden willingness. You are willing to do something. It's sudden. Oh my God, I need to do this, right? Which entraps you from any limitations, and all what you see is your abilities. I'll give you an example. It's one of our friends, classic example he gives us. If you say, oh my God, I'm not urgent, I don't have time, I slept for 2 hours last night. If you see a kid drowning in the pool, all these excuses will be aside. You will not say, oh, let me think about helping the child. You will not say, oh my God, I only had 2 hours of sleep, I will not do anything. You will go rush. It's going to be a sudden willingness. You want to do it right now. You want to help someone. You want to save that person. And when you look like that, you're not urgent. You're going to procrastinate. When someone says, I don't have the time to open a business, I don't have the money, Maryam. God forbid something happens to your family, you're going to find the money. You're going to find it. You'll do anything. You'll be urgent. You'll be in alert. You're going to be creative with finding ways, right? But the necessity is low. You will not go anywhere with it. Can you share what happened in GrowthCon?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a very good example and beautiful explanation, by the way.
Yeah. Yes. I love this topic. I'm going to be bragging about it until 2023.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, it's so important though, because if you're again wondering why nothing's happening for you, why you're still procrastinating, like, oh, I don't understand why this keeps on happening to me. First of all, you keep on accepting that it's not happening, and you keep on having those thoughts. So it's a cycle, and you're not doing something different. For example, when we were wanting to go to GrowthCon last year, this year. Like this is something that happened to us personally. We were looking to get tickets and they were sold out for like 2 months. And whenever tickets would come up, they would disappear. So here's the thing. We could have definitely procrastinated and been like, oh my gosh, I guess we're not going to be able to go. We're not going to be able to do this.
Next year, Habibi, next year we go. It's okay. Yeah. We will miss GrowthCon this year. We're going to go next year.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And like, you can keep on coming up with every excuse in the book. Here's the thing. But it's not going to change the situation. So what did we do? We're going to go over this in my accountability group, but we acknowledged it. We accepted that reality. That is the way it is right now. And then we were like, how could we come up with some tickets? Okay, good. Like, let's find some solutions here. We didn't just be like, or wait for something to happen. Oh, well, they'll just come in our lap. Actually, I think someone's going to come in our house and they're going to sell us some GrowthCon tickets. Yeah, they're just going to give it to us.
Probably. Yeah.
So we had like 3 different solutions. One of them was making sure we're in communication with the team at Cardone's office. So we wanted to make sure that if some ever came up, they would tell us.
Yeah.
Right? That didn't happen. What was another solution?
The other solution was to keep an eye on social media because someone might sell their cards.
Yeah. And what was the other one now?
The third option was to show up in the event anyways.
Oh yeah.
Show up on the day.
Yeah. Show up anyways. Yeah. So the second option that Miriam mentioned is what ended up happening. And our great friend Josh Martin had 2 tickets, and sadly some things came up. I don't know if he wants me to mention what happened, so I won't. But he's an amazing person, and he had 2 tickets in which he couldn't go anymore last minute. So the day before GrowthCon, Miriam and Alexander, we were still committed, and we kept on being committed to it. We refused for something like this not to happen. We refused not to go. We were going, okay? We already made that decision. Didn't have the tickets. We knew that we were going to find the tickets, though.
Right. And I remember you going around, I refuse not to be there. Yeah. I refuse not to be at GrowthCon. I refuse. Like, it's not even, if we don't go, it's okay. We tried. No, we don't have a try. We don't say we will try. It's going to happen. We commit, right? And worst case, we couldn't get it. Yeah. We would have went to GrowthCon. We would go to the event. We would go, we don't have tickets. Yalla, we showed up. Find a solution, put 2 chairs next to grass, something, But we refuse not to be there because here's what happened. Our necessity level was high because we know what happens when we are around the great people. We know what happens when we are in an environment that vibrates with energy. It vibrates with people who think big. Mm-hmm. And it was even an option for us to miss it. We didn't procrastinate on that. We didn't say, it's gonna be okay. No, life is good. It's okay. Aslan adi means it's okay. In the first place, I didn't even want to go. So you even get your ego in the way. You get what in the way. So you procrastinate, right? So that's the third reason why you do procrastinate because your necessity level is low.
100%. Your necessity level is very low.
Yeah.
And that is the power of intention and refusing, and also having a massive necessity level. We knew we had to have that. We didn't say, if it happens or not, we're good. We said we have to go. That is a requirement, and we are going to go.
Let's go.
So we made it happen, okay? Yeah. Like that was amazing story. There's so many instances in our life that have actually been very similar because we have a strong intention, and with that intention, we raise our necessity level.
Yeah. You mentioned the word intention. Maybe that's another topic for this month, but next month. When you set your intentions, I learned this from Grant like 2 years ago. When you set your intentions, it's gonna happen, and you don't know how. It's okay. Set your intentions, and the details will follow.
Yes.
We're going to GrowthCon. How? We have no idea. We're gonna still take action. We're gonna keep, in touch with Cardone's team. We're gonna go to the event if it requires. Even Alex and I, we went to do our hair. We're going. Like I did my hair, he did his hair. Like we are going. We packed our bag. We're going to stay in the hotel, and it's done. Mm-hmm. It's done for. I'm happy the day before.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the necessity level. If it's low, you're gonna procrastinate.
100%. You're gonna procrastinate. And the fourth reason why you are procrastinating, okay, this one's very important. It's because you're currently training yourself to do that, and you have trained yourself to do it. Okay, you are training yourself. You're working that muscle. Kind of like when you go to the gym and you work out your muscles expand. Now, I can choose to just do a few reps, okay, and it's not going to expand. I can choose to do a lot of reps and expand. But I can also hurt myself and put myself in the wrong direction. I can do a lot of reps, but I might be pushing on the wrong muscle or pushing in the wrong spot, doing the wrong thing. Okay, so your mind works the same way. When you are thinking of things, taking action on things, you are constantly telling your brain that this is the way. And sometimes you get away with it, so it teaches you that you can get away with procrastination. Maybe it was in school. Maybe you procrastinated on a paper and you ended up passing it still.
Yeah.
That is a bad, I would call it a bad practice in which you actually won a little bit, right? So you have programmed yourself this way. You have made yourself this way. You made these decisions. And the fifth point we're going to get to might have something to do with it. But just know, what you consume is what you become. Okay, so if you keep on doing this procrastination thing, it will keep on happening to you. So you have to you first have to acknowledge again that this is a problem, which is an opportunity in my opinion. I don't really think there's problems, right? I think everything is opportunity because everything is fixable in my opinion.
100%.
Okay, and you are doing these things over and over and over and over, and it becomes what's called your subconscious, okay? And your subconscious, just to describe for those of you that don't know, you have your conscious and your subconscious. You are consciously watching me right now, I hope. Or you might just be in la la land, unconsciously watching. An example, okay? When you're driving your car, are you like conscious of like how many degrees you turn the steering wheel? Like exactly, and like, are you extremely conscious on the road, or are you unconsciously moving down the road?
Right.
Like, are you using your subconscious mind the way it was programmed, the way you have been doing it, the way you've been driving safely, right? You've been driving safely, and you are unconsciously doing that, okay? And an example of consciously doing it is when you first got your permit or your driver's license. You had to consciously be aware of everything around you. You were very conscious. You were very aware, and you were looking, okay? Now, the same thing happens with procrastination. You are unconsciously acting this way. So what you need to do is become conscious of it, okay? And again, we're going to go into this, but just know that you need to become aware of any problem that you currently have first, and acknowledge it and accept that it is a opportunity.
Wow.
Okay, so you are currently programming yourself this way.
That's insane. I love what he just said here when he talked about like there is no problem, it's only opportunities. And when you see it as a problem right now, it could be an opportunity, which we're gonna talk about in the what you should do about it, right?
Yes.
If you want to know about the how, by the way, how to execute, because the what is the broad map.
Yes.
Execution, the how, join our accountability group. DM us the word 365. That's 365. We're going to be holding you accountable for you not to procrastinate on your goals anymore. You can do it privately with one of us, or you can do it in a group setting. A beautiful group that we have. We are there with them every single day. And again, we meet them on weekly basis to help them with the challenges that they're facing.
100%. It's an amazing group.
I love the accountability group. With that, I move to the fifth point.
Go ahead.
So the fifth reason, I love the, oh my God, the fifth reason is not my favorite. I mean, yeah, but it's true. And maybe it's provoking for some of you guys. And if it is provoking, we should know why it's provoking, okay? The fifth reason on procrastinating is that your environment, the majority of the people in your environment are procrastinators. They're pros, you know? There is always a reason for them not to do something. And they actually some of them have a PhD in procrastinating. right? There is always a reason for them to procrastinate. It is like if you are a procrastinator, look around you. Who is also procrastinating and telling you it's okay? Why are you in a hurry? Oh my goodness! Maybe they used to tell me, why are you in a hurry? Why do you want to do your PhD? Do it later. One of the ladies, before I know you, okay? Yes. This is before I know. She said to me, when I got accepted to do my PhD, right? That was in 2017. And then she's like, oh, Mariam Habibti, congratulations on graduating. Sorry, when you're accepted for your PhD. When are you starting? I'm like, next year. Oh, amazing. Who's going with you? I'm like, I'm going alone. For those who, just to put a little bit of a context, I'm from the Middle East, so it is not very common for an Arab lady to travel on her own. Imagine living in a different country for like 3 years. Like, oh my God, Maryam, what are you going to do? No, Habibti, don't do this on your own. People will talk about you. They will talk about your honor. They're going to talk about your family. You know what? Do it later. I'm like, when? When you get married. When you get married and find the man of your dreams, he will go with you. So you will protect yourself from people talking about you. I'm like, Habibti, people either way they're talking. I'm going after my dream. Have I procrastinated on that? Because that lady was a procrastinator. Have I procrastinated? I wouldn't even have started. I only got married in 2022. Why do I have to wait 4 or 5 years for me to do my dreams? Someone in your life right now, look around and write their names down. This is the exercise now. Who is a procrastinator in your life that because of them you're procrastinating? That they tell you it's okay to procrastinate. Oh, don't open the business. Oh my God, you're still young. Oh my God, you're too old. Oh my goodness, don't do this right now. Don't find your purpose. This one's for and some people, I will find my purpose, the reason for my existence next year. I have people I know since 2012, 10 years. They've been telling me I'll do purpose later. Why? Because they don't have the urgency and everything, and also majority of them are with people who are average. They don't want more in their lives. They don't. So the reason you are procrastinating, there is someone in your life, maybe a group, are procrastinators. And because they are procrastinators, you procrastinate as well. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. Oh yeah, صح كلامهم. Yeah, they're right. I have time. Oh yeah, that's true. I'm still young, you know. Or oh my goodness, why do I have to? Oh yeah, why do I have to find my purpose? You know, it's not necessary. You know, because everybody around you is a procrastinator. So when everybody around you are like that, how do you expect that you are going to be lifted up when everybody else is telling you it's okay, or you have time, you have the ability, you don't have to do this.
100%. Yeah. See, that's the thing is, a lot of times we're not even conscious about these things.
It's insane.
And
it's insane.
Yeah, you don't even really know that it's happening to you. So that's why you have to do what we're about to tell you. But I want you to think of something first. How many of these have already applied to you? Like, think about this. Everything that we went through 5 things already. Okay, 5 things of why you are procrastinating. Which one resonates with you? And why does it keep on happening to you? Okay? Like, this is something that, you might not even be conscious of, okay? But you have to become conscious and aware of these things. Otherwise, you will not be able to move forward. And the friend thing, by the way, like your friends, your family, it stings a little bit because those are people you've been hanging around with for so long.
Yeah.
But you have to at least realize who is doing the same thing. And then ask yourself, okay, if I want to do big things and they don't, that's okay. But do I want to get the same results as them? Because they are going to be getting average results. Okay? They're going to be getting the average things in their life.
True.
And if you're someone that wants more in your life, you know that you're sick of procrastination, you're sick of being stuck, you're sick of being depressed, you're sick of working at a job that you absolutely despise. Okay? Then you need to start doing some different things in your life. You need to change. And in order to change, you first have to do what I'm going to say next here, which is going into the next piece. Okay? What do you do about procrastination?
Yes.
Okay? Because now, okay, I know that I'm a procrastinator. That's okay, right? I know all of these things. Some of these things are going on in my life. Now, what do I do, right? So what do you do? The very first piece, number one, is you are going to have to acknowledge that you have opportunity / problem. Okay? Like, you have to acknowledge this first, because if you don't, you're going to keep that stuck in your mind on, oh my gosh, how do I, like, why does this keep on happening to me? Why am I like this?
Yeah.
I'm such a, like, I don't know why this always happens to me, you know? Yeah. Why is this like this? And you're going to start going down this death spiral very quickly, and you are going to go to a location called nowhere very fast. Okay, and you are going to be spiraling out of control because you haven't even acknowledged that it is a thing that you need to critically, like, it is critical that you work on this. Like, you haven't acknowledged that yet. So number one is going to be acknowledge that there is something there called procrastination that you are currently falling into. Okay, and again, is this you? Because this is the definition. Are you someone that, definition, the action of delaying or postponing something? Do you always postpone and delay things in your life? Be like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. As soon as you say you're doing it tomorrow, you're procrastinating. As soon as you say you're going to do it in about 5 hours, you're procrastinating. Okay? And I'm not saying that everything can be done at once, but you need to change the way you're speaking to yourself. You cannot keep on saying that I'm going to do it at that time, because then it might not ever happen. Okay, so you need to acknowledge that procrastination is something that you need to conquer and overcome.
Wow, that's insane. Like, just to think about, you take it as an opportunity when you recognize it's a procrastination, because if you don't, you're gonna get to a place that is called nowhere. That's insane, because guys, if you say I'll do it later, you're caught.
Yes. Okay. So I have a quote on my back of my phone. I'm not sure where it came from, but you can look, like, you can put it as your background like I did, and it's called "Do It Now," because sometimes later becomes never. Do it now, because sometimes later becomes never. I had that on the back of my phone. Now I have Miriam on the back of my phone.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten. Yes, she does. I mean, she's more of a motivation to do things now than the word itself. So, but here's the thing, like, I realized that I acknowledged that I had a problem, and I started doing everything now. And if I couldn't do it now, I scheduled the time of when it's going to get done, not in 5 hours. I put it in the schedule, and I say to myself, if I don't have it in the schedule, I am committed to finding a time to make this happen.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. I am committed to finding a time to making this happen.
And also, what I also learned from Alex, by the way, guys, I'm gonna say something here very, very, like, to everybody here, like, procrastinating kills everything, even kills your money. I'll give you an example. In January 2021, my revenue in January 2021, what I made in January 2022, sorry, what I made in January, March, Mariam Center. What I made in January, February, and March 2021, the revenue for these 3 months equals 1 month this year, January 2022. So I literally 3x'd my revenue in 1 month. How did that happen? Because I have Alex holding me accountable and telling me not to procrastinate. He always there, Mariam, are you meeting so-and-so? Yes, I will meet them. Is it in the calendar? No. Okay, good. I understand. When is it going to be in the calendar? Sometimes you don't like it when someone tells you what you should do, and they are right, right? But then again, when you procrastinate, you're only adding time. I just wanted to add that.
They're even like the to-do list too.
Oh yeah, the to-do list. We had this at the beginning.
Oh yeah, we'll get that done.
We'll get that done. Until we got time into the to-do list, we didn't do anything. Until we actually said, this time it's gonna go into the calendar. We actually put it in the calendar, and we revisit that list 4 times a day. In the morning, we have a plan. Midday, we meet. In the late afternoon and in the evening, just to see what happened with the checklist. And if it didn't finish, what happened? Was there something urgent happening? How could we have handled it? It is all comes together.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And here's the thing, like, think of a time in your life where this is happening to you, where you're maybe you have something on your to-do list and you were supposed to do it like 3 weeks ago. Or maybe you have something very important that you were supposed to get done and you lost out on an opportunity.
Yes.
Because you didn't get it done immediately.
Wow.
So, I mean, being in my accountability group has an advantage of being able to learn how to prioritize things. Like in not this week, but the next week, we're doing time management.
Yeah.
That's very important, and prioritizing your time and learning how to create time instead of saying, I don't have any time. Can't get it done. I don't have any time. Like this is never going to get done. I don't know how people do this.
Yeah.
Instead of saying that to yourself, figure out, how can I get this done? How can I find a way to make things happen? How can I create more time in your life? And if you don't know that, join my accountability group. We're literally going to be spending an entire hour on just this one topic, and you will have an opportunity to ask me questions as well.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes.
I love that.
I think you number 2. Right?
Yeah, I'll talk about number 2. But again, guys, if you to join our accountability group, 365.
Yes.
365. DM us number 365 to know how to join us. What is the program? Even if you want to know more about it and what it can do for you, because enough of procrastinating until when you are going to be delaying your dream, thinking that you have time.
Yes.
So what you should do about it, the second way on what you can actually do about it is, the minute it happens, be conscious of it. When you say, I'll do it late, I will wait until before you actually say, I'm procrastinating. I am procrastinating. Acknowledge it and say, I am procrastinating right now. Like even the fact that you are becoming conscious of it. Acknowledge it means it's there, but conscious of it, like it's like you have like a procrastination radar. Oh my God, I'm procrastinating. For example, Alex would tell me, Maryam, so and so you need to get the 10x proposal to this entity. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it later. Later live. I'm gonna go on Instagram live. He's like, yeah, but they need it like in the next 15 minutes. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Because at that moment, I'm realizing, why am I saying later to an opportunity that is going to be providing us hundreds, if not millions of dollars? Why am I saying later for that? Why am I saying there is an opportunity coming to you, like, I'm good? Because you're not conscious of it. The minute you understand and you say, I'm actually conscious. I'm procrastinating right now. I should do it right now. And if you cannot do it at that very moment, put it in the calendar.
Yes.
Commit and find time to put it in the calendar. And we're going to show our accountability group this upcoming week and how we're going to be showing them. I actually saw Noura here, I believe. Noura, you are with us. We're going to help you. You trusted us. You invested time with us, your time, energy, and money. And we're going to help you with that. So this upcoming weekend, you guys are up for a treat in our accountability group, because we're going to show you exactly how to deal with that.
Yes, 100%. And the other thing I want to add to this specifically is, every single time that you're procrastinating, becoming conscious of it is the first step, because you have to acknowledge that it's a thing. Most of the time we do all of these habits and behaviors not knowing we're doing them. Like, you might have had someone tell you, like, have you ever realized that you act like this way? Or have you ever realized that you always procrastinate, or that you're always negative, or that you're always like this? And maybe you're in denial. You completely ignore it. You do not acknowledge it. And what you should do is, if it's the first time, like, acknowledge it and be like, okay, maybe this person could be right, but it might just be that person.
Yeah.
But if it keeps on happening, then you need to acknowledge it. And the point here is acknowledge and become conscious and awake and aware that that is happening in the moment, so you can correct it.
Yeah.
One trick that I do is, every single time that I realize myself going into an unconscious moment, like my subconscious mind, meaning that it's something I don't realize I'm doing until I hit it and I realize that I just did that, I will correct myself. For instance, if I say I'm going to do this tomorrow, I'm like immediately conscious, tomorrow, oh boy, I just messed up there. I'm going to do this. No, not again. I'm committed to finding a time to do this right now.
Yes.
Correction. I immediately corrected my mind. I just reprogrammed my mind. It doesn't mean that it's going to be like for the rest of the time, but your brain is like a muscle, like I said earlier. Mm-hmm. So if you keep on doing that every single time, you become conscious of it and then correct it immediately.
100%.
Do not wait to correct, okay? Because if you do, it's going to be a trigger over and over, and you are going to still fall into that trap. And you'll be like, wondering, like, why do I keep on falling into this trap? It's because you're not even correcting yourself. Okay, so change the way you're speaking. Like that's like becoming conscious is so important, because if you're not conscious of something, you by definition are not aware of it. By definition, go look it up. All right.
Wow, that's insane.
Inconscious, that means aware and awake.
Say it one more time.
In the definition of conscious, there is awareness and awake. Being awake and aware.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Alex. You know, this is amazing when you live with accountability and with a partner who actually helps you align with this. I'm grateful, wallah.
I'm grateful for you. Miriam also holds me accountable, by the way, as well, which is I'm very grateful for.
I'm holding Mr. Accountability accountable.
Yes. Yes.
yeah. It's amazing. Like it's amazing when you have someone to actually hold you accountable, because I wouldn't get all my success, especially this year, without your accountability. So I'm grateful.
100%. And here's the thing, like that's why we said the people around you could be procrastinating, right? And you just need to become conscious of it first, okay? Like just become aware of it. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person or there's something wrong with them. Help them become aware of it and just say, hey, become conscious of it. Try this on them. Like have them just become conscious of it. And then I'm not going to expect if Miriam has something that she's not aware of to it just be solved tomorrow.
Yes.
You know, I don't expect that. I expect to get better at it, you know, but I don't expect something just to be like, oh, it's poof, not a problem anymore. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
But I will say, if I see something, I want her to become conscious of it, because she's not.
Yes.
Like clearly that person's not conscious of it. Like they're not awake and aware of it yet. So without being conscious and aware of something, you can't correct it. Okay, so becoming conscious and aware of it first, and then so they can correct it themselves. Because if I have to follow Miriam around every single place that I go, being like, oh, you did it, you just did it, I can't get anything done myself. Like so they have to learn how to do it themselves. Like that's something that I've learned. So, and Miriam teaches me things that I had to become aware of, so I can do it myself. So I can correct it myself and catch it myself, because she doesn't know all the thoughts that's happening in my mind every single minute of the day.
Wow. That's a fact, yeah. Wow, that's insane. And again, you did this a lot for me. I saw a comment from Wi-Fi, our friend. Again, this program is powered by Purple Circle with our amazing friend Wi-Fi. And he says this, I wouldn't be where I am without Alex and his accountability and tactics, and to stay honest to myself. So grateful. I hear you, William, and I say the same thing. Like your tactics, the way you hold people accountable for them not to procrastinate, it's insane. Like I see people's results. I see the people who he coaches privately or with a group. I see how he's doing it with companies. I see how he's doing it with business owners, and I see how he's doing it with me and his friends, right? And that's a blessing. So I mean, thank you, Wi-Fi, for that. We love you and we appreciate you, brother.
Yes, thank you for saying that, because other people want to like the acknowledgement. Other people want to be acknowledged too. So whenever you see someone winning or helping you or anything like that, acknowledge them. And like this is one of the reasons why we have William as one of our friends. We choose to have him as one of our amazing friends, because I mean, he is always like acknowledging everything we're doing, supporting us, helping us, and vice versa. And that is what a friendship should be. They shouldn't be telling you, oh, I don't know why you're doing another Clear and Conquer live show again. Like, actually, he's like, you should do more of these, you know, because people are benefiting from them. Yes. Or they're like, oh, you shouldn't, like, I don't know why you keep on doing that. Like, why do you guys work so much? Stop working so much. Can we just like go and chill and go do something?
Right.
No, it's not like that, because like we have now become who we want to become, and therefore we're attracting the people we want to attract.
Exactly.
And that will happen to you too, I promise you. So the next point here, number 3, what can you do about it? Okay, and I am actually going to have Miriam talk about this, and she is so knowledgeable about this piece, but it's increasing your necessity level. Okay, if it's down here, how can they increase it? Like, why should they increase it?
So for you to actually overcome and what you can do about it, this is not the how, guys.
Yes.
The how is in our accountability group, but this again,
yes.
This is knowledge. Again, those people invested with us, so they have the right to ask us, and because they decided to be in proximity with us. So increasing your necessity level. If you don't increase it, you're gonna stay where you are, and 2022 will be like 2021, will be like 2025, will be like 2030, like 2040. And one day you're gonna look at your life and say, oh my God, all this time is gone and I didn't do anything. So increasing your necessity level, as again, I'm gonna explain what is the necessity level. It is your sudden willingness. It's an urgency that you have. It's sudden that you have that will lead into an ability of you knowing exactly how to do it. Meaning, you're going to take more action. And we already shared the example of growth card. We have a lot of these examples, right? But that was our favorite.
Yes.
If you do not acknowledge the fact that it's not urgent, if you don't have something to pull you forward, you have a very low necessity level. To increase that, it starts with you.
100%.
It starts with you. Again, we're going to share the tactics with the people who will be joining us next weekend. So you need to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Why do you want to open that business? Why do you want to educate your children? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to be in the best shape of your life? Why do you want to look after your spirituality? Why do you want to find your purpose? If you don't have the why, you will not have the urgency. As a result, you don't have the necessity level required for you to do that. And many people, you will notice the necessity level is very low. Look around you, right? Which is again the last point. But look around you. Many people are like, oh, what? No, it's fine. It's fine. We're not going to do it right now. Because the necessity level is low.
Mm-hmm.
And this could impact you. And by the way, even though many people, they have a lot of amazing people around them, but their necessity level is low. That's why we say we cannot help someone who don't want to help themselves. We can't. Not Alex, not me, not anyone. Mm-hmm. If you do not help yourself, if you don't have the necessity level high, as in why you want to do something, you'll not do it. And by the way, why do you have to wait for time of emergency for the necessity level to go up? You know, why? Why do you need to? We want to make sure. We were talking about the financial crisis, like with all the indications of happening in the market right now. We did a few lives last week talking about it. Yes, and some people will be like, we'll see if it happens, if it's true. So the necessity level is low. Until we see it, we will not believe. But Habibi, by the time you see it, it's gone. I'll give you an example from the Bible and from the Quran. The story of Noah, Prophet Noah, right? Noah, he knew there will be like, what is that flood? The flood is coming, okay? And he was telling his people the flood is coming, and he built the boat, right? He built the boat because his necessity level was high. He knew something is happening. He was urgent about it. He was building it, and he was very and people will be like, hey, no, what are you doing? Why are you building a boat in the middle of nowhere? You're crazy. And they go around and they would just make fun of Noah. Their necessity level was low. They didn't see the urgency, right? And then when the skies start to rain and the earth opened up and it started flooding, they still didn't believe. No, it just rained. It just rained. And even his son, Noah's son, said, Dad, I will go to the top of the mountain to protect me from the flood. You see, he disbelieved, even though the signs are there, because again, the necessity level is low. There's no urgency. There's no urgency. Oh yeah, we'll see. What happened later on, we know the story in the Quran and in the Bible, and in the Torah as well. You know, we know the story. What happened after that? Everything floods. Noah's son dies, and he survives. And many people, are you waiting for the flood for you to believe? Why are we waiting for a catastrophe or for a disaster to happen for us to believe? Why don't we believe when everything is sailing? That's why we apply different conditions in our lives, right? We know when we are in danger, we know when we are doing great work, and we know we are at affluence, when we know that we're actually doing something great with our lives. We don't wait for us to go through a disaster. Oh my God, Alex, it's a disaster. Let's go into emergency. We're always in emergency. We treat every day like, yalla, let's go and do something with it, right? So that's again, to increase your necessity level, you need to increase your urgency right now. Right now, I'm talking about right now. I don't know if you guys watching the archive or watching me live and hearing everything what Alex is saying today. If you do not increase it, your necessity is low and it's gonna stay low. Do not. Sometimes there are things in our lives you don't need to see to believe. It's enough that you have faith, and when you have faith and you know you're headed somewhere, that's all what you need. Your necessity level should be high at all times, not only in time of emergency.
You see why I had Miriam explain that?
Oh, I'm telling you, this is going to be my topic until the end of 2023.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is so important, and really, I mean, you should have had the gotten caught off guard, and your necessity level should have raised from the first thing that she said.
Yes.
Which was, do you really want the rest of this year to be like the last 6 months? Like, because here's the thing, what did 2021 look like? Like, what was your income? What was your procrastination ability? Like, what were your abilities? What were your skills? Like, have you actually gotten better? Okay, because like, how long do you want to struggle? How long do you want to keep on waiting for a flood to happen? You know, like that is a disaster waiting to happen. And here's the thing, we're already in times where so many things are moving and shaking, like, and not in a good way at all. Okay, so this is, okay, Grant last weekend, I went to a workshop last weekend, and Grant showed up for an hour and a half. He loved all the energy in the room so much, he was supposed to stay for 10 minutes, and he loved the room so much that he stayed for an hour and a half. And one of the things that he said that I'm going to share with you that you desperately need to know, this isn't a joke. Okay, he knew last March already, which is exactly when we started talking about it right away. You can go back and look at our Instagram lives. Here's the thing. This is a new game that we are playing now, folks. Okay, this is a new game. This is not the same game we were playing 3 months ago. It's not the same we were playing 6 months ago. It's not even the same as a year and a half ago when COVID started. It's not. This is a different game, and you have to start using some different strategies now. If a billionaire with $5 billion in real estate, our mentor Grant Cardone, is doing this, don't you think that you probably should as well? Like, if he is making big moves right now, really big moves, don't you think you should too? Okay, so like, if you can just wait and not take our word for it, but you might want to have some faith in what we're saying and start going and looking for yourself.
Yes, do your own research for sure.
Yes, and faith, by the way, the definition of faith out of Think and Grow, not Think and Grow Rich, Beyond Positive Thinking. Beyond Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony. Very good book. It talks about the subconscious mind, by the way. So if you want to read about that, you should definitely learn about that. In that book, he talks about faith. And most people on this planet need to see everything before they believe. And I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about themselves. Okay, most people need to see things and see results before they actually believe in themselves. Yeah. The definition of faith, his definition, I don't know if it's the exact, but his definition is believing something before you have seen it come into manifestation. Wow. And most people walk this planet having to believe before they see it. Or sorry, having to see it before they believe it. Yeah. Having to see something before they even believe it.
Wow. Yes,
and they have no faith. They say they do, but they're not operating as if they have faith. Like, there's a difference between saying something and acting as something. Yeah. Big difference. And it's the same thing with procrastination. You're acting as you're procrastinating. It's not that you are a procrastinator, it's that you're acting like one. Okay, so I just wanted to, like, Miriam nailed the head on that one, so that's why I wanted to have her talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane. And guys, we still have 5 minutes with you, but again, this is very important. That's why we're going to be spending this whole week with our accountability group and even beyond, because this topic, I'm going to tell you, If this whole thing around you in this world doesn't shake you, if the things I just said doesn't shake you, know that there is your necessity level is so low.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even want anything. You are waiting for a disaster. You want to see it coming for you to act, like what you did in COVID, right? You saw the disaster and then you acted. But for some of you, many of you guys, it was too late. We said in May, prices of gas will go up, and nobody believed us. And it happened in June 1st, right? And then things are gonna keep on shaking. So Alex, can you just share the last one?
I would love to.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last thing is what you can do about procrastination is literally confronting your environment. Okay, so confronting in those things that are around you. Confronting, first of all, means to go face to face with something. If you can't go face to face with something, it will remain. It will remain there. It will stay there. If you cannot confront something, it will stay there. Listen to me. If you can't confront, it will stay there. Which means going face to face with something. If I am seeing something that I don't like about, I love everything about Miriam, but there's certain things that coming as a couple, you guys know that are married, that there's certain traits that are different. Like there's certain behaviors that are different. So if I don't like something, or let's just say I don't like something, right? Like I don't like a behavior pattern, or she doesn't like a behavior pattern about me. It could go either way. And I just let it go. It's going to keep on bothering me until I confront the situation. And maybe I'm just being like overreacting about it, or whatever it might be. Or maybe she didn't even realize she was doing it. Okay? But until you confront it and go face to face with it, stating your why first, like the reason why I want to tell you this is because it's been bothering me. And I don't know why it's bothering me. I don't, maybe it's nothing, but honestly, it's been bothering me. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. And what you are doing is whatever it is. If you don't confront your situation, it's not going to get better. So same thing when it comes to procrastination. If everybody around you is procrastinating, if you are procrastinating and you don't go face to face with it, it will stay there. I promise you.
Yeah. Wow, that's insane. And again, we're going to be sharing these tactics on all these points we just talked about, which is acknowledge it, become conscious of it, increase your necessity, and confront it. These are what you can do about it. The how, we share it at our accountability group. So if you are fed up of procrastinating, you don't know what to do with it, this is going to be something we can help you in our accountability group. And we want you to go ahead and DM us the letters, the numbers 365. Yes. And we're going to help you to overcome that in like a year. You know, so we are going to be there helping you with that as well.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to add to that too is for those of you in my accountability group, I have a special thing that I'm going to teach you, and it's actual behavior pattern.
Oh, yeah,
and it's something that I learned from Brandon Dawson, which is Grant Cardone's business partner. And I give him full credit for it because it actually immediately changed my state. Like my condition now, the way I handle things has completely shifted because of that one thing I learned last weekend. Yes, we pay a decent amount for these things, okay? But here's the thing. The amount of value you get in our accountability group, in mentorship, is always worth more than the money itself.
100%.
Always. Whatever you learn in any mentorship, there could be bad mentorship out there, I guess, maybe scammers or things like that. But when you learn from someone that's qualified and has the statistics to back things up, has gone through the situations themselves, I promise you, anything that you invest time, money, and energy into that, you are going to be tenfold of whatever you invested, because those people have lived an experience that you have yet lived.
Wow.
And they are going to teach you something that may have taken you 10 years, 5 years, maybe never.
Absolutely. That's insane.
So I wanted to share that because I know Nora's in here, so you should be very excited. I know if Donna's in here.
Oh my God, the whole accountability crew's here. Good to see you guys.
Yeah. Donna's in here, so you guys should be very excited about this because personally, I'm telling you, Miriam can already see it. This was a state change. Like this was something that is now a part of me, which doesn't always happen. So I'm very excited to share this with you, and I'm going to go very deep into the meaning of the entire portion of it. So go ahead, Miriam, and you have any final words.
No, I'm going to be closing it just now because, again, here's the thing, guys. What Alex just mentioned is insane. Like, there is one thing I noticed Alex doing for a very long time, right? But again, since the past few days, he's doing something differently. Like even our graphs, they're going up, social media graphs, income graphs. It's insane. So with that, guys, we are coming to the end of our Clear and Conquer live. Today it was about procrastination. We told you about why it happened, what you should do about it. But if you want to know how, what are the tactics and the strategies for it, just let us know by texting us or DM us 365, and we're going to go ahead and help you with that. With that, thank you so much, William, for again empowering our program again. God bless you, and God bless you guys, everybody. We're going to see you all personally.
See you later, everybody.